March Madness Mary.
She writes, should I lend my boyfriend money? A few months ago, my boyfriend lent me money to repair my car, and now he's asking for me to return the favor. Except he wants money to bet on March Madness. He's a terrible gambler, but I will feel guilty if I say no. Part of me feels like if I say no, I'll be saving him from himself, but the other part of me feels like I would be letting him down after he's helped me. Do you see how confused I am?
No.
What would you do if you were me?
All right. The one way to know if you should not place a bet, I would say, I'm not really a gambler, would be if you don't have the money.
Yes, fair.
Gamble what you have. Gamble what you can afford to lose. You certainly cannot afford to lose money that somebody's lending to you. You absolutely should not feel bad at all for not lending him this money to get into some March Madness pool. I think that would be obvious. Unless you haven't paid him back yet for the money that he lent you, then you might be kind of obligated to give him that money back. But assuming you've already paid back and you're already even on the money he lent you, tell him to shut up and consider leaving the relationship that he would even ask.
So I have a little bit of a different opinion, but I feel like as long as it's not like you guys won't be able to pay your bills if you lend him this money, like you'll be fine if you, and I don't think you lend it. I think you give it to him, you know he's going to lose and you're not seeing that money again. But then I think you give him a little bit, let him have fun with the March Madness and like it'll be good.
I don't think it'll be good. When in doubt, don't give him the money to gamble. That's crazy. 601-995-1017. Does anyone out there agree with Allison thinking that she should lend him this money so he can gamble on March Madness? DM Dilemma, what's your advice? 601-995-1017. March Madness. Mary has been asked to loan her boyfriend some money. He has loaned her money in the past. I'm assuming after the Super Bowl, he probably had the Eagles. So he had a little extra money sitting around to help her fix her car. Now he wants to also be lent money so he has cash available to bet on March Madness coming up a little later this week. Should she loan him the money? 601-995-1017. Common theme is like, how much is he wanting to gamble? That's what Izzy said, and she went on to say that her mom always said, don't loan anybody money you don't expect to get back.
I do agree with that.
Sure.
But Jesse's text kind of shaped how I feel about this. He says it depends on the amount. If it's $100, loan it, no problem. $500 though would be way too much.
Okay,
interesting. So I feel like here's how we can do it based on this couple's budget. She can eliminate one date night. Like whatever they would spend on one date night, you gift that to him, no loan. You don't expect it back. And you say, hey babe, have fun. Like if it's $100 that you would spend going out to dinner, that's what he gets. You skip one date night so he can have March Madness.
None of these are changing my mind at all. Anybody asking about the amounts, I'm totally team Zach here. He says, don't do it. That's ridiculous. It's insane. I think that it doesn't matter how much he's wanting to gamble because at the end of the day, he doesn't have the money. I'm going to judge somebody way more who has $40 in the bank and puts down a $20 bet than I'm going to judge somebody who's got 10 grand and puts down a $5,000 bet. I'm going to think the person who's just got the 40 and they bet like half of it, I'm going to judge them worse. Make sense?
No, it does make sense, but I have a question. Because, okay, I'm wondering if maybe you're getting too hung up on the semantics of he wants to gamble, he wants to bet for March Madness. What if this was right before football season was about to start? He needed entry money for his fantasy football team. Would you still tell the girl, don't give him the money, don't let him have that fantasy football fund?
Gambling is gambling is gambling.
Okay.
No, absolutely.
I just didn't know because I know you're a big fantasy football guy, so I didn't know if you might support your bro if he was trying to sign up for a fantasy football team versus just trying to get in on a March Madness bracket.
I would recommend the same thing, whether it's gambling or whether it's some other unnecessary expense that you just want to do for fun. I would say do not feel like you have to lend that money. He doesn't need it.
Amy's blowing us all out of the water. She says what's mine is yours, so you got to lend it to him. But if he wins, that's half yours too.
Well, I cannot get behind that. I can't. I truly can't. Hey, what do you think? Real quick, 601-995-1017.
Adam.
Yo,
it's Adam.
Hey, Adam. What do you think? Should she lend him the money?
No, he's supposed to be at home.
All right. Thank you very much for the call, Adam. Appreciate your call.
All right, brother.